All right, but yo, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Glass. Right, we about to react to some stuff right here. Um, aliens. So aliens are back, or something like that. So I heard that there's some alien sighting. I know you see Jake Paul, Logan Paul. I'm just gonna start off with this video because they have a little segment in their latest podcast, in their latest uh get together, when they was talking about the new UFO evidence. So I just want to listen to what they had to say about it, and then I'm gonna see if I can find what it is that they were actually talking about.
Are there UAPs?
Yeah.
Hold up.
I have a question.
Okay.
Are there UAPs?
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, Jake.
Oh no.
And I'm getting involved, brother.
Whoa, you say UAPs? Is that a new? Is that like a new way of calling UFOs? Like, is that like a new term for UFOs or something that I'm not aware of? UAPs? What is that? What does UAP stand for?
Oh no.
Oh no is right, dude. Oh no is right, because this is another instance of our government lying to us,
That's freaked up.
objectively lying to us. And the bigger concern is, as I said in my tweet, we are not at the top of the food chain, brother. We are just not at the top of the food chain. UAP.
Yo, real quick, I haven't heard Logan talk in a minute. Like, I haven't watched him in a minute. I have to say, he sounds more mature. And I don't mean just of like his like range of topics that he can speak on. Just his voice. He just sounds deeper. He just sounds like he's more of an adult now than he was when I first started like watching him online.
Unidentified aerial phenomena, formerly known as UFOs. Why they changed the
Wait,
name?
wait, unidentified what?
Not at the top of the food chain, brother. Aerial phenomena, just not at the top of the food chain. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. When did they change it to that? Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Before it was unidentified flying object. But I guess that's too broad, because that could be anything, right? I mean, you could argue that Bobby Schmurder's hat, that's an unidentified flying object. You know what I mean? We never seen it landed, so that might be what's in the air. You know what I mean? But phenomenon, okay, that's more specific, I guess.
Formerly known as UFOs. Why they changed the name, I don't know. Probably to make it sound a little less like hocus pocus. But and I try to stay away from the hocus pocus of it all. And I'm super fucking skeptical. I don't believe anyone. But like I try to just stick with the stuff that we do know. And here's what we know.
What do we know, Logan?
For the past fucking 70 years, the government has known about these unidentified aerial phenomena that can do flight maneuvers that are seemingly impossible. These
3,000 G's, I heard.
3,000 G's, brother. Do you know how fucking fast that is?
Yeah.
Wait, how did they measure that though? If you're not, do they have a recording of it moving that? Wait, I mean, can you even see something moving that fast? Like, can you even see something moving 3,000 G's? Like, how do you see that? How do you catch that? And how do you, trying to figure out how did they measure that? Like, what's the proof of that?
Do they live in the ocean?
I think so. It makes the most sense. Think about it. 70% of the earth is covered in water, and we've only explored 5% of the ocean. We've explored more of space than we have of our own ocean on this planet. And these crafts that are reported are capable of transmedium travel. So they can go from the air to the water seamlessly. Why would they not, if they can do that, hide in the ocean?
So they're really fish. They're fish aliens.
I bet they're down there with the fish for sure. Bro,
Well, if they're
Ooh, like Rapture, like BioShock, like Atlanteans or something.
down there with the fish, then they're fish.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're
Because,
right.
I mean, I'm up here with the humans, and that makes me a human.
Yeah.
So they're fish flyers.
Dude, I'm
They're
just
flying fish.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Essentially. You figured it out.
Dude, they need to put me on that team.
I'm sure they'd love to have you. That's the other thing, bro. A lot of people in this UAP world are actually fucking goofballs. There's a few legitimate ones, and I try to like gravitate towards them because, like, you know, there's a lot of people that are just kind of crazy that want to believe in this thing. I am interested in it because, like, as a person who's very curious, I'm just not okay with the idea of like the fact that these things can defy physics. Like, Jake, they defy physics.
Yeah.
The speed that they travel. You said 3,000 Gs. Some of these crafts have been marked traveling at 3,000 Gs. A human can withstand 9 Gs without or with maybe suffering temporary, maybe.
Ooh, I learned that from watching Top Gun. I learned that from watching Top Gun. If you've seen Top Gun, well, no, the second one. If you've seen the second Top Gun movie, in the beginning of the movie, they was trying to crack 10 Gs. And Tom Cruise was able to crack 10 Gs with the spacecraft and damn near blew up the damn machine. The spacecraft damn near blew up. And he was like damn near like fighting from passing out, I think. So, yeah, look at that. I just learned that recently. Just learned that. The more you know, the more you know.
Permanent damage, sometimes fatal. A human craft, a space or a plane, the strongest one I think can withstand like 19 Gs before like the metal and like the structure literally like decomposes in the air.
19?
Dude, 3,000 Gs. You know how fucking fast that is? It makes no sense. It makes no, and they're here, and all different shapes and sizes, spotted over XYZ, like. And the disclosure in Congress and the hearings that they're having, we're learning more and more. And it is just such a fascinating thing because, like, you thought you knew what this reality was. What does it say about the origin of the universe? Where did these things come from? What do they know? How long have they been here? Could they answer questions about God? Are they God? Some people think they're spiritual entities. The United States government reportedly has biologics of aliens recovered. My guess is from Roswell. It's not faux pseudoscience after all. Anyways, that's a topic for another day, Jake. But things are getting serious, and I'm getting involved.
I'm getting
How are you
involved.
gonna get involved?
Yeah, how you doing that?
Most notably, right now, there's a UAP fund
Oh wow.
that is like vowing to fund and protect whistleblowers who come forward from being like sued or tried to be like bullied by the United States government. Because right now there's people inside of these programs that are trying to reverse engineer the crafts or have seen or heard things or spoken with witnesses or even like have video footage themselves who are in the community staying silent because either they're committed to their project, which is cool, but I think they have a bigger commitment to the United States people.
Yeah.
And I think more people are going to realize that and come forward with really important information, but they're also likely going against the government branch that they vowed to stay secret to. And that's a big commitment in itself and could come with a lot of consequences. I'm gonna help fund some of the whistleblowers' legal fees and stuff, but it's a fund, so like anyone can contribute if they want to.
I'll contribute.
I think you should, bro. Like this is the future. Like imagine if these things like know how the fucking pyramids were built. Imagine if they were around. Imagine if they helped build the pyramids.
They probably did.
I don't know. It's that's the hocus pocus shit, but it's just fascinating. And dude, I got a UFO video myself.
Really?
And so like I've been invested. I went on a little UFO expedition, and I'm wondering like, do I release it? Do I not? And I ultimately haven't because it's compelling, not convincing. But the interesting thing about it is, and what I'm noticing, some of these saucers and crafts that they're describing appear more than once. Like that looks like the same as that, and that looks like the same as that, and there's got to be like a connection. Like I heard somewhere there's like 5 civilizations of extraterrestrials on the planet, and potentially like warring factions.
What?
Yeah, there's got to be different groups and gangs
Don't
for
you-
sure.
He
Let's
said
look it up,
gangs.
like the Bloods and Crips.
Goddamn right, brother.
It's for sure. And they're talking about all the G's and stuff like that. So
All the
Yo, I like how Logan's over here. He's like dead serious. Like, bro, like this is like some real shit. Like, we gotta look into this and fund this. We gotta support and do some research. And then Jake's just like, yeah, they over here turf warn. You know, it's a West Coast, East Coast beef. West side of the galaxy versus the East Coast of the galaxy. And you know what I mean? They over here, you know, they got their flags and it's like Chirac in Andromeda, you know, Milky Rack. So I'm like, he's over here just trolling, bro.
there's
Fucking
hella
G's.
G's. And they're just hella ganged up and shit like that. And they have different whips, you know? Like, they can't all just have a Bentley.
yeah,
They need a Rolls Royce, too.
100%.
And, like, fish. Oh, yeah. And they're fish. So I would say something fishy's going on.
Have you heard of the dark forest theory?
No, but I'm sure you like talking about forests.
Eee! Why would you do that?
Never mind.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that right there. He over here trolling. Trolling. Alright, let's keep it moving. So they're talking about some UFO stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty interested in this UFO stuff too. I'm not gonna front. Now I don't have my own video. I'm not out here doing GoFundMe's for ET, but I have been seeing some videos pop up. Some of these videos like 8 months ago. I want to check out this video right here that's like 8 days ago. It's from ABC News. This actually looks pretty interesting.
Turning to the new report now from the Pentagon about unidentified flying objects. There were hundreds of new reported sightings over the last year, and some the government still can't explain. Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz joins us with the details. It's quite the talker. Martha, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. It does. It all sounds straight out of a science fiction movie, but these unidentified airborne objects are taken very seriously by the Pentagon and the intelligence community. And this morning, their new report revealing that these sightings are on the rise.
Navy pilots have seen them.
My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
More than 1,600 unidentified flying objects have been reviewed by the government's Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW, over the years. 98% of them eventually found to be debris, drones, or even large birds. But new numbers this morning, from May of 2023 to June of 2024, show 757 new sightings, with 21 of them that cannot be explained. And all 21 mysterious objects were seen near national security sites, witnessed by multiple people, or captured on sensors or videos. While the Pentagon does not know what they were, they are quick to steer the public away from little green men.
To date, the department has discovered no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial.
Yeah, them eyelashes are lashing, girl. Them eyelashes are lashing. She blinked too hard. She about to blow her paperwork off the podium. Them eyelashes is going, girl. I see you.
beings, activity, or technology.
But at a hearing this week, the former head of the Pentagon program investigating these objects says nothing should be ruled out.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft, yes or no?
Yes. Let me be clear. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations.
While Pentagon...
Wow, why they cut? Yo, I need a full video to that. Hold up. Wait. This is Pentagon's new UFO report. Hold on, I gotta look for that. Hold up, I gotta look for that. Hold up. I gotta look for that for sure. What's it called? Pentagon UFO report. This says report 2024. What, they got one every year or something? Damn, it's just 10 hours? What the hell? Is U.S. in possession of UFOs and aliens? UFO hearing live. Pentagon's UFO report finds 21 cases that can't be explained. Damn. Oh, this was a stream 4 days ago? Is this whole thing the whole... They just talking for 10 hours? Damn. This is really 10 hours long. Yo, what are cliff notes? Is this it? This might be. I might have to check this one out after. Hopefully, not alone in the cosmos. Pentagon UFO hunter says U.S. government hides evidence. Let me check that out after.
Yes. Let me be clear. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations.
While Pentagon officials do stress that they have no evidence of any of this being alien technology, they have not ruled that out and are continuing to investigate every unexplained sighting. George?
Always raises so many questions. Okay, Martha, thanks.
Oh, yeah. We're about to check this out real quick, bro. What's this? Top 10 moments from the November 13th UAP hearing? Hold up. Hold up. I want to check this out. Hold up. I'm not about to watch 10 hours. I'm sorry. Like 10 hours that's not happening, bro. We're not doing 10 hours.
I'll recognize Mr. Elizondo for his opening statement.
Greetings, Chairwoman Mace, Chairman Grothman, Ranking Members Connolly and Garcia, and members of the committee. It is my honor and privilege to testify before you on the issue of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, formerly known as UFOs. On behalf of our brave men and women in uniform and across the intelligence community, as well as my fellow Americans who have awaited this day, thank you for your leadership on this important matter. Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocation.
You said secret arms race or something like that? What?
We are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies. For many years, I was entrusted with protecting some of our nation's most sensitive programs. In my last position, I managed a special access program on behalf of the White House and the National Security Council. As such, I appreciate the need to protect certain sensitive intelligence and military information. I consider my oath to protect secrets as sacred, and I will always put the safety of the American people first. With that said, I also understand the consequences of excessive secrecy and stovepiping. Nowhere was this more apparent than in the aftermath of 9/11, which many of us remember all too well. I believe that America's greatness depends on three elements. A watchful Congress, B, a responsive executive branch, and C, an informed public. Over the last decade and a half, I learned that certain UAP programs were and are operating without any of these elements. Although much of my government work on the UAP subject still remains classified, excessive secrecy has led to grave misdeeds against loyal civil servants, military personnel, and the public, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos. A small cadre within our own government involved in the UAP topic has created a culture of...
Yo, do you think that it will lie about having alien technology, or even more serious, alien like creatures or alien biological, like, you know what I mean, like maybe dead bodies of aliens that was recovered from a crash? Do you think they would? I'm looking at these guys, right? They in suits, they in a pretty serious looking meeting. Like, it looks like a serious meeting. These guys are grown too. Like, they have gray beards, gray in their hair. Like, this ain't content for them. This gotta be serious, right? Like, you gotta really have something or seen something that makes you feel like there's no undeniability. That there's nothing that can make you like unsee whatever you saw or heard. Like you got to be really confident that you've seen something, right? That you know something, that this is true, right? To make it to this point. Right? And aliens been a rumor for a long time, bro. The whole Roslyn or whatever. Area 51. It has to be real, right? It just has to be.
Suppression and intimidation that I've personally been victim to, along with many of my former colleagues. This includes unwarranted criminal investigations, harassment, and efforts to destroy one's credibility. Most Americans would be shocked to learn that the Pentagon's very own Public Affairs Office openly employs a professional psychological operations officer as the singular point of contact for any UAP-related inquiries from citizens and the media. This is unacceptable. Many of my former colleagues and I have provided classified testimony to both the Department of Defense and the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and many of us have subsequently been targeted by this cabal with threats to our careers, our security clearances, and even our lives. This is not hyperbole, but a genuine fact, and this is wrong. To fix these problems, I propose 3 principal actions. First, Congress and the President should create a single point of contact responsible for a whole-of-government approach to the UAP issue. Currently, the White House, CIA, NASA, the Pentagon, Department of Energy, and others play a role, but no one seems to be in charge, leading to unchecked power and corruption. Second, we need a national UAP strategy that will promote transparency and help restore the American public's trust at a time when the public's trust is at an all-time low. This strategy should include a whole-of-government approach, including the academic and scientific communities, the private sector, and our international partners and allies. Third, Congress should create a protected environment so whistleblowers desperate to do the right thing can come forward without fear. As it currently stands, these whistleblowers suffer because of stigma, a code of silence, and concerns about retaliation. These whistleblowers...
That's it, man. The whistleblowers, that's what Logan Paul was talking about. These are the people that's like, to my understanding, they're the ones that they actually seen something. Like they know something, but they're like not supposed to say anything. Like they was told, listen, you got to be quiet. Or they are under the impression that if they come out and say something, they might get dealt with. They might get dealt with. Like they might they might disappear, if you know what I mean. And these are people that not only like, oh, I found something in the air and I recorded it. Not those people. We're talking about people who actually worked in those departments that were close to these findings. You know, people that worked on, I remember seeing something, some guy in an interview, he worked on like a spacecraft, and they didn't tell him that he was working on a UFO, like a flying saucer or whatever. They didn't tell him he was working on that. They had like the project had like a code name, but they didn't tell him exactly what he was working on. They wanted him to discover something or to do some testing on something, and it wasn't specific as to what it was or where they got it from. And the entire time he was interacting with it, he's like, I never seen anything like this before. I don't know what the hell this thing was that I was dealing with. It was something that I've never seen or experienced ever before in my life. And I remember him saying that, like, when he was done working there, I don't know if he got too curious and they got rid of him, like fired him, I guess, or whatever, or if he just left on his own. But I remember he felt that same intense pressure of like, hey, I gotta keep this in the wraps or it's up. You know what I mean? They might come for me. And that's what the whistleblowers are. These are the people who are saying, hey man, something fishy is going on over here, but they feel like they can't say something because they might get hurt or their family might get hurt. Yeah, I think this is real, bro. I think there's something really out there that we found and keeping it under wraps right now. I don't know.
Should be encouraged to come forward in ways that protect them against any forms of retaliation. Policies and procedures should ensure that protection, and for those who refuse to cooperate, it is up to the members of this committee and the other lawmakers to wield their subpoena power against hostile witnesses and prevent additional government funding to those UAP efforts that remain hidden from congressional oversight. In closing, we as Americans have never been afraid of a challenge. In fact, we thrive on them. Whether it's eradicating polio or going to the moon, we don't run from a challenge, we take it head on. To the incoming administration and Congress, I say to you, we need immediate public transparency. And this hearing is an important step on that journey. If we approach the UAP topic in the same way as we as Americans have met other challenges, We can restore our faith in our government institutions. Together, we can usher in a new era of accountable government and scientific discovery. I believe that we as Americans can handle the truth, and I also believe the world deserves the truth. Thank you, esteemed members of Congress, for your time today. It is profoundly appreciated.
I would now like to recognize Mr. Schellenberger for his introductory remarks.
Chairwoman Mace, Chairman Grothman, Ranking Member Connolly, Ranking Member Garcia, members of the subcommittees, thank you for inviting my testimony. One of Congress's most important responsibilities is oversight of the executive.
Mr. Gold. That's a fire last name. Not gonna lie. Elizondo. That sounds Spanish. Schellenberger. Sounds like a company, like an accidental insurance or some accidental lawyer for, like law firm for accidental injuries on the job. Contact Shell and Burger. Like it's two people, Shell and Burger. Mr. Gold though, you got to be getting money with that name, bro. Like you just got to be getting money.
And the military and intelligence community in particular. Unfortunately, there is a growing body of evidence that the U.S. government is not being transparent about what it knows about unidentified anomalous phenomena, and that elements within the military and the IC are in violation of their constitutional duty to notify Congress of their operations. President-elect Donald Trump and former President Barack Obama have both said that the government has information about UAPs that it has not released. There are other explanations for UAPs than that they represent a new form of life or non-human life. Current dominant alternative theories, including those put forward by Arrow, are that UAPs are some kind of natural phenomena we don't yet understand, like ball lightning or plasma. They could also be part of some new U.S. or foreign government weapons programs, such as drones, aircraft, balloons, CGI, hoaxes, or birds. Whatever UAPs are, Congress must be informed, as must the people of the United States. We have a right to know what UAPs are, no matter what they are. However, we now have existing and former U.S. government officials who have told Congress that Arrow and the Pentagon have broken the law by not revealing a significant body.
You know what I'm thinking? He's saying that we have a right to know. I mean, I'm not arguing that we don't have a right to know, but like, what are we going to do with that information? Like, and when I say that information, I mean like the public. Like, if I find out, yo, we got aliens, like this is real, and they start showing images of the bodies and the ships, and they start telling us everything they know about what they can do. I mean, now I'm not naive to think like, oh, only America has been getting sightings, like only America has recovered crafts that has crashed or whatever. But I mean, I'm just thinking like the rest of the world. I'm thinking like, what if America knows they found some stuff and they're like, listen, before we just go and blur this out, how about we study this and figure out how this was able to do what it does, so that way, because you know how it is with America, with any inventions, the first thing is, how can this improve our military? That's like the first thing, right? How can this improve? How can this technology improve our military? That's probably what they're going to want to figure out. So it's like, oh, this thing could go 3Gs. Okay, so how does that work? How does it do that? And is there a pilot? Okay, so how is this pilot able to withstand 3Gs? Like how if people can only go like 10 Gs before they start losing consciousness or whatever, how do we get our people to go from 10 Gs to 3,000 Gs? Like, what is it? Something? Is it the way that the spacecraft is built that makes the whatever biological life form that's inside of it not feel it? Like, what is it? They probably want to figure that out before, I don't know, Russia figures it out, or Japan, or I don't know, whatever countries that be doing this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm thinking America just wants to get everything, all the information they can get out of it first before actually revealing it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, low key, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, low key, I think, because we had alien sightings for a minute. Well, whatever they learned from alien sightings from like decades ago, shit, they probably use that same technology to create cell phones, for all I know. For all I know, you know what I mean? Cell phones was probably created from the technology they probably learned from some alien stuff from back in the day. Who knows? Anyway, let me stop rambling.
body of information about UAPs, including military intelligence databases that have evidence of their existence as physical craft. One of those individuals is a current or former U.S. government official acting as a UAP whistleblower. This person has written a report. This is the report that says the executive branch has been managing UAP, NHI issues without congressional knowledge, oversight, or authorization for some time, quite possibly decades. Furthermore, these individuals have revealed the name of an active and highly secretive DoD Unacknowledged Special Access Program, or USAP. The source of that document told me, that the USAP is a strategic intelligence program that is part of the U.S. military family of long-standing, highly sensitive programs dealing with various aspects of the UAP problem. The new UAP whistleblower claims that the U.S. military and IC database includes videos and images taken using infrared, forward-looking infrared, full-motion video, and still photography. The report that was just shared with Congress says Immaculate Constellation serves as a central or parent USAP that consolidates observations of UAPs by both tasked and untasked collection platforms. Immaculate Constellation includes high-quality imagery intelligence and measurement and signature intelligence of UAPs, the whistleblower's report adds. The sources of this intelligence are a blend of directed and incidental collection capacities, capabilities, positioned in low Earth orbit, the upper atmosphere, as well as military and civilian aviation altitudes and maritime environments. The report to Congress details in detail various UAPs, including spheres, orbs, disks, saucers, ovals, triangles, boomerang, arrowhead, and irregular organic. The report describes various incidents found in the human intelligence databases. One involved orbs surrounding and forcing an F-22 out of its patrol area. In another incident, the crew of a Navy aircraft carrier watched a small orange-red sphere rapidly descend from a high altitude of 100 to 200 yards directly above the flight deck of the CVN, or aircraft carrier. And since my reporting on this Immaculate Constellation last month, another source came forward who told me that they saw a roughly 13-minute-long, high-definition, full-color video of a white orb UAP coming out of the ocean approximately 20 miles off the coast of Kuwait. It was filmed from a helicopter. Then halfway through the video, the person said the orb is joined by another orb that briefly comes into the frame from the left before rapidly moving again out of the frame. The person discovered the video on SIPR, the Secure Internet Protocol Router Network, which the DoD uses to transmit classified information. A leading UAP researcher who utilizes the Freedom of Information Act to find out what the government knows, John Greenwald, told me last year that the U.S. government had been increasingly denying his request for UAP information. He has been doing FOIA requests for 27 years and has an archive of 3 million pages. The government has for decades denied any interest in UFOs, he told me, but the documents that he has assembled show that behind the scenes, it was a completely different story. Contrary to the hopes of many advocates of transparency, the government has been restricting more information since the leak of 3 UAP videos in 2017. The DoD organization AARO has been labeling many documents with a B7 exemption, which Greenwald says does not make any sense. They're stating that anything AARO does is involved in law enforcement investigation, which allows AARO to not release it. Greenwald says that the DoD has denied the existence of a UAP and ATIP-related records on multiple occasions, only to acknowledge them after an appeal was filed. He added that the Naval Air Systems Command in March 2022 stated they found no additional UAP videos. It seemed strange that they had 3, and only those 3, but other requests had been filed by the Black Vault, that's John Greenwald's group, to seek out more places UAPs might be hiding. Then, in September 2022, the Navy admitted that the UAP-related videos and photographs existed, but denied the request in full for their release, saying that the requested videos contain sensitive information that are classified and exempt from disclosure. The DoD will deny things on a Monday and then admit to it on a Friday, said Greenwald. He said the government can and does release videos that protect secret methods of capturing it. They fall back on the sensitive platform excuse a lot, he said. However, the on-screen information can be blurred and scrubbed. The metadata can be removed. I'll show you this example here. This is a presentation from the UATP task force. This is completely absurd. It's nuts, this level of censorship, of redaction on a document. It shows the redaction of how many reports they've collected, for how many years. 2 of the 3 potential explanations are blacked out. The Pentagon, the intelligence community is treating us like children. It's time for us to know the truth about this. I think that we can handle it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. He said, I want to know. I want to know. Tell me. I want to know. Can you show me? Yo, I got to hear that one part real quick. There's one part when he was talking about they visually saw something.
It comes into the frame a white orb UAP of the CVN, or aircraft carrier. And since my reporting on this Immaculate Constellation last month, another source came forward who told me that they saw a roughly 13-minute-long, high-definition, full-color video of a white orb UAP coming out of the ocean approximately 20 miles off the coast of Kuwait. It was filmed from a helicopter. Then halfway through the video, the person said the orb is joined by another orb that briefly comes into the frame from the left before rapidly moving again out of the frame. The person discovered the video on SIPR, the Secure Internet Protocol Router Network, which the DoD uses to transmit classified information.
Kuwait? Yeah, you know, these sightings be like, they be doing these sightings in these random ass places. Like aren't you, are there any sightings in Brooklyn, bro? Where I'm from?
definition, full-color video of 100 to 200 yards directly above the flight deck. Navy aircraft carrier watched a small orange-red out of its patrol area. In another incident, the crew of a Navy aircraft carrier orbs, discs, saucers, ovals, including spheres, orbs. The report to Congress details in detail various UAPs, including spheres, orbs, discs, saucers, ovals, triangles, boomerang, arrowhead, and irregular organic. The report describes various incidents found in the human intelligence databases. One involved orbs surrounding and forcing an F-22 out of its patrol area. In another incident, the crew of a Navy aircraft carrier watched a small orange-red sphere rapidly descend from a high altitude of 100 to 200 yards directly above the flight deck of the CVN, or aircraft carrier. And since my reporting on this...
All right, man. I mean, all that is cool, but I want to see it, bro. Let me see anything about some 3Gs. Let me see. Unidentified. What is it called? UAP. UAP. You down with UAP? Damn. What was the thing? I was gonna say something. UAP 3Gs, right? 3Gs. Luis Elizondo House UAP hearing a win-win for it. What? 9 days. Yo, where's the 3G thing? What's that about? Where did Logan get that information from? UAP hearing, government officials, whistleblowers to testify. What is this? Could shock the public. UFO investigator. Yeah, I just want. Oh, top 10 moments from the. Oh, all right. This is about to be a whole different video right here. It's gonna be a whole new video right here. I gotta watch the top 10 moments. We're gonna watch that next, man. That's the next video. Top 10 moments.